Hi everyone, welcome back to Simple Things. Today we'll be looking at perhaps you have driven or walked past a church building and seen a sign like this. Perhaps you're a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church but have no clue how the Adventist message came to Jamaica. Perhaps you already know and can fill me in on a thing or two. Either way, come with me as we take a look at the history of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Jamaica. According to the Seventh-day Adventist Encyclopedia, sometime in 1889, a man named William Palmer of Kingston encountered the Seventh-day Adventist message through correspondence with the International Tract Society, which was popular for shipping literature worldwide at the time. One such piece of literature had made its way to Kingston and was found by Palmer while walking along the Kingston wharf. Not fully understanding what it was saying, he put it aside for a later date. During that time, he received a copy of Edson White's publication, The Coming King, from his father Henry in Antigua. The younger Palmer was convicted by the content of this book and became a Sabbath keeper, producing the first documents about Adventism in Jamaica. He subsequently wrote to the International Tract Society relating his decision and seeking information concerning the Sabbath. In a letter dated January 12, 1890, the secretary offered him resources from London, England, and Battle Creek, Michigan. He later received literature called tracts, issuing them throughout Kingston, telling others about the love of Christ and even offering a word of prayer. Palmer gave one of these tracts to one Dr. Ross at the Kingston Public Hospital. Ross, however, was not particularly interested and passed it on to a social worker of British descent, Margaret Harrison. After reading the tract, Harrison was likewise convicted that the seventh day was indeed the Sabbath, but decided to put the piece of literature aside. It is recorded in Adventist history that she also wrote to the International Tract Society and later in 1891 visited Battle Creek, where she was given 3 tracts on health reform. Resulting from that single seed, what later became the North Street Seventh-day Adventist Church developed. On March 2, 1894, 20 persons were baptized, and that very day the church was organized. North Street is the oldest Seventh-day Adventist church in Jamaica. Meanwhile, in the West, it is worthy to note that oral history dating back to 1876 shows that Jamaica was already exposed to Adventism. This inspiring story is recorded in History of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, West Jamaica Conference, Commemorative Magazine, 1962 to 2012. Noel McIntosh of the Sheffield Seventh-day Adventist Church in Westmoreland reported that her great-great-grandfather, Daniel Barnes, knew a gentleman in Sheffield who kept the Sabbath in 1876. McIntosh's grandmother told her about her great-great-grandfather who had given one Mr. Grayson 5 acres of land as payment for caregiving in his old age. One Friday when Mr. Grayson brought Mr. Barnes's rations, they were twice as much. When Barnes inquired why, Grayson said he was now keeping the Sabbath and would not be cooking on Saturdays, so he brought enough for 2 days. Oral tradition links the Sheffield Church to this, beginning with Mr. Grayson. It is unknown whether Barnes accepted Adventism, but his great-great-grandfather did. And one parish over in Southfield, St. Elizabeth, reports indicate that in the 1880s, a citizen from Southfield took a tract he picked up in Kingston to his district, which influenced the start of a church there. This is generally felt to be the origins of the Southfield Seventh-day Adventist Church. Earliest records show that the Seventh-day Adventist message had grown from 102 members in 1895 to 1,200 by 1903. Today, the Seventh-day Adventist Church has grown to become the second largest denomination in Jamaica, enveloping some 324,747 members, or 1 in roughly 12 persons in Jamaica are Seventh-day Adventists, and 703 churches organized in 5 conferences. The Seventh-day Adventist Church impacts the island's health sector through Andrews Memorial Hospital, the education sector through Northern Caribbean University and a multitude of schools at every level, the broadcast industry through NCU television and other media, and several other aspects of society. So, the next time you walk or drive past one of these signs, well, now you know.